Thanks again to Denver Holt for joining me. Denver is the founder and president of the Owl Research Institute. You can learn more about their work at owlresearchinstitute.org. It is the first place I go when I need information about owls. And of course, if you want to watch the owls anytime, go to explore.org/owls. You can find our whole collection of owl cams there, including the burrowing owls. Brian, we had a few questions come in while we were listening to Denver and I talk. So I'm going to try to grab a couple of those right now. Rolling Trouble, one of our hardcore fans, is always here watching. Thanks, Rolling Trouble, for being here. Rolling Trouble wrote, "Love this pair. Do they have names in reference to the burrowing owls?" I don't think so, Brian. This is our big chance, though, right? You and I,
Right.
right now. So what do you want to call them?
Oh
I don't
man,
know.
I have no idea. I will leave that up to the viewers.
Okay, it's probably a good call. I'll give him some weird name. But I want to use this as an opportunity, though, to say that for me, I don't have a problem with nicknaming wild animals, but I think it's always important not to give animals a name that stigmatizes them in some weird way. Like you don't want to name a brown bear Killer or something like that, right? So I think the best nicknames for wild animals help us identify those individuals or tell a story about something that happened in an individual's life. So maybe we need to get to know the burrowing owls just a little bit longer before we give them names. But if anybody wanted to call the male of this pair Mike or the female Michelle, uh, that'd be cool. So um, do what you like there. And then we had another question from Colleen, who is wondering: Is a burrowing owl behavior different for those who use simple artificial burrows from those who use more complex natural burrows? I don't think so. It seems like they're able to utilize, artificial burrows or burrows constructed by people just as easily and just as well from burrows that are used by fossorial mammals. So I think maybe the structure though underneath can vary because while certain animals will make burrows in similar shapes and sizes, there's gonna be some natural variation there. And I'm not sure if there's variation in the structure of the artificial burrows that they used at the site where we watch burrowing owls now. So that's something that I'll have to look up. But yeah, interesting question. And then finally, XYZ was wondering, I guess they're not strictly nocturnal in reference to burrowing owls. No, these are a very diurnal species. Um, so many owl species, have that sort of diurnal or excuse me, are fairly nocturnal or exclusively nocturnal, but not so with burrowing owls. So you'll get to see them active a lot during the day, which is great for us, especially watching the webcam. And once those little babies pop out of that burrow in a month and a half's time or whatever it is, it's going to be really fun to watch. So thanks for everybody who sent in their questions and comments to us. Many of us have really been fascinated by the burrowing owls, and it's a special experience to be able to watch them so closely. As the population of prairie dogs and other burrowing animals in North America suffered due to habitat conversion and human persecution, many populations of burrowing owls declined or disappeared. Owls, although they're an umbrella species, and that's a concept in conservation biology in which efforts to protect habitat for one species indirectly protects the habitat for other species that make up the community, the ecological community. While some owl species, such as great horned owls and barred owls, are more generalists in their habitat preferences and diet, many other species, such as burrowing owls, great gray owls, and spotted owls, they're more specialists. So, giving those species and all owls, of course, habitat to thrive, that has a positive cascading effect on countless other species.
That's right. And we are fortunate to have partners like ORI to share the wonders of owls with the world. And owls lead us off into our next segment of Egg Watch.
Okay, this is our April 2026 edition of Egg Watch, where we check on the bird nesting activity of our myriad camps on explode.org. So this update will include the return of our owl cams, the arrival of just hatched vireos, and some nests that remind us that loss and difficulty remain part of the life for wild birds. So looking at our owls, with great gray owls, we don't know how many eggs are in their nest right now. We can't see down into the nest, but the female began incubating around March 30th, and then incubation lasts 28 to 36 days or so. So the expected hatch for this nest, very late April, last few days of April perhaps, and very early May. So be on the watch in a few days' time. And then with great horned owls, with Hootie and Wonky, the first owlet was documented there on April 8th. And great horned owlets, they often